Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I hope you're doing well and welcome to another video. Now today, for those of you that have been watching my videos, you know that I recently went to Ghana. Well, since returning, I have had several calls, inquiries about my experience coming back to the UK. The reason being that because of this current situation, the pandemic, the government, the UK government has put in place restrictions and requirements, rightly so, to help curb the spread of the virus. So people wanted to know what my experiences were coming through the UK border and the sort of paperwork and all that stuff that you need so that you avoid being fined. So in this video, I thought I should share my experience and to help anyone out there that's coming to the UK to cross their T's and dot the I's and avoid being fined. Before we get into it, I like to say that YouTube, right, it's not my main job. It's not, as a matter of fact, it's not a job for me. It's more of a hobby. However, it's nice to be recognized for your efforts, and that's why I would like to thank all you ladies and gents out there that have taken their time to subscribe to me, support me, keep watching my videos, commenting, doing all the good stuff. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much for this. For those of you that haven't done so already, I do invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I hope for the very least it's entertaining. Thank you very much, and let's get right into it. A few things that you need to be aware of. First of all, you would have to do your PCR test from the country of origin. In my case, I did my PCR test within 72 hours of my arrival to the UK. Okay, so my flight was meant to get to the UK on a Monday at 5:30 in the morning. So I did my test the Friday before at about 9:30 in the morning. So that means that Saturday morning 9:30 makes that 24 hours. Sunday morning 9:30 makes that 48 hours. Monday 9:30 in the morning makes that 72 hours. So I was within the 72 hours limit given. Do you get that? Good. Now, the second thing you need to do, or the requirement, should I say, is you would have to book and pay for 2-day testing when you get to the UK. That's the government requirement. There's no way up around that. You would have to do that, okay? Now, I used ctmportal.co.uk. I'll leave the link to their website in the description below. You could choose to use them if you want. But if you go to the .gov.uk website, there are a list of other companies as well that you can choose. You can choose if you want. As a matter of fact, I've seen other companies that are slightly cheaper. I paid £210 for booking my test. Those 2 tests, I paid £210. If you check out the list, you'll find other companies that are charging, I believe, about £199 and whatnot. So it's slightly cheaper than the company that I use. So you might want to check that out as well, okay? The third thing that you have to do is to fill out your passenger locator form. When you buy your 2 tests, you get a reference number. You would need that reference number on your passenger locator form when you're filling it out. Make sure you, if you can, print all your receipts out. That means you have a copy on paper, your PCR test that you did from your country of origin, Ghana, wherever, your receipt of the 2 tests that you've booked, and your passenger locator form. So if you can, print them out. If not, make sure you store them on your phone or wherever, but they're easily accessible. I'll tell you why in a minute, okay? So you've done all that. I was leaving Ghana at the airport. They check all these documents, not once, several times. So that's what I was saying, that make sure that you have those easily accessible on you somewhere. They will check it, Lord knows, maybe 20 times before you board the plane. So make sure you've got that on you. It makes life much easier, trust me. When we got to the UK, again, our flight was meant to get here for about 5:30 in the morning, but we did actually get here earlier. We got here 5 to 5, and it's funny when we landed, because of the things that we've seen on the news previously about airports getting crowded and the queues and stuff. When we got to London, people just rushed out of the plane. I believe to get to the border control as quick as they can and get out of the airport. We got to the border control, not knowing that there was a flight from Nigeria that had landed before us. Lord have mercy. And there was there were hundreds of people in front of us in the queue already. And the queue had been divided into two. You had a queue for British citizens and another one for those other nationals and those transiting. With the queue with the British citizens, there were only 3 immigration officers, and the other had 2. An immigration officer comes out and announces to everyone, that you need to have this, you need to have that, make sure you got this, make sure you got that, say out loud, everyone hears them, everyone hears, what's going on. But for some weird reason, several people get to the counter and they just don't have the paperwork required of them. Some were acting as if they didn't know, it was weird, they forgot about it. You could see the frustration on the immigration officers' faces, and indeed the people queuing as well, the passengers. It was annoying, to say the least. That also meant that the delay was even longer than it should have been. It wasn't just one person, there were several people, that didn't have the right paperwork. And another thing too is this: make sure that you have your boarding pass with you. The reason I say this is because I saw some immigration officers asking the passengers to show them the boarding pass because they wanted to check, see if they had not gone through a red list or a banned country before arriving to the UK. So please keep your boarding passes with you. They might ask for that as well, okay? So yeah, that was that. But there was a part of it where I wasn't too cool with it. It got to a point where the some of the passengers were being rude to the immigration officers. See, that wasn't cool at all. It wasn't nice at all. Do you know what I mean? Because granted, there should have been more officers there, but considering the situation, what we're going through right now, everyone is scared. It's not just ordinary people, the people working at the airports, the cleaners, the immigration officers. Everyone, is sort of scared, in a way. So, it wasn't cool with people, being so rude and some way even insulting them in a bit. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice at all. So, yeah, just make sure that, when you're traveling, especially during these times, be mentally prepared. It's not going to be business as usual. Insulting the officers and being abusive and all that ain't going to get anywhere. As a matter of fact, it will even cause you more delay. So please scrap all that and just be nice. And also be prepared to be stopped by customs. Okay? I'm telling you this because after going through that long flight, you might go through that queue and you might want to get out of the airport, and then you get stopped by customs, and again you're going to be all that. Please relax. They're just doing their job. I spoke to one guy that I met, and when I left, I called him up, and he stayed in the queue for over 3 hours. Yeah, so it wasn't a joke. Anyway, you get home and you get your test. Those 2 tests that you booked, it will get sent to you at home or the address that you put in when you're booking it. And then so you do the test before or on the 2nd day, and then you do another one on the 8th day, like I mentioned earlier, right? But you could choose to do the test to release on the 5th day. So when you do that and you're negative, you can leave quarantine and go about your business. But you still have to do the test on the 8th day. That's not an option. You still have to do that, okay? So in my case, I did the test to release on the 5th day. I did mine at a company called, is it Collinson? I'll put the, again, the link to the website in the description below. I did it at City Airport, London City Airport, the main terminal. It was quick. I was there within 20 minutes. I was out, you know, and you get the certificate or the results the same day, so you can just go about your business, right? So that is pretty much my experience. I hope it came out, you know, it came out okay for you to make sense of it. So let's recap. Do your PCR test before you leave Ghana. Book and pay for your 2 tests that you got to do when you get to the UK, and fill out your passenger locator form. Make sure you print these out. I hope it helps somebody out there coming to the UK. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. I'll answer them ASAP. Look after yourself, and I'll check in again with a new video very soon. Take care. Ciao.